I'm going to be showing you how to get started with Coherent UI for Unity 3D and how to communicate back and forth between your game and your GUI. I just have a new project in Unity here. First thing you want to do is import the Unity package that Coherent gives you. Coherent UI only works in Unity Pro, and you can get a free evaluation version from their website. Alright, so assets, import package, custom package, and you can get the Unity package that they gave you. Press open, and it'll open up the package. Everything will be set up, but you still have to do a few more things after this package decompresses. Okay, so now the importing package screen pops up. Everything is new here, so import it all. Okay, so now the package has been imported, but we're not done yet. We have to go to Assets, Coherent UI View, install Coherent UI. This just moves around some files. On their video it says it just moves files around so that Coherent UI is set up and working, because the Unity package file structure isn't supported with what they have. If you're using the trial version, you have to activate it. So this activation will come up and you have to input your email. And it says thanks for activating Coherent. You can just exit out of that now. Okay, so now all these stuff is here. Now that the file structure has been moved around and everything. Okay, so I'm just gonna drag on a few things into the scene so we can just have something to look at. So we have a plane. Where is that? Right here. I'll just make that bit huge, 1000, whatever. Okay, and we'll add a cube, just something in the middle there, whatever, and a point light, and a directional light just to act as a sun. Okay, so now that that's done, on your main camera, or whatever camera you want the GUI to be on, you want to go to Standard Assets, Scripts, Coherent UI, and drag in a Coherent UI view onto your camera. This will set up basically the GUI, and you can set this page to whatever you need. I like to use 1280 by 720 just to get a 16 by 9 whatever 1080p kind of format. 1080 by 720. Is transparent. You want to check that so you can have see through your GUI and onto your scene. You also want enable binding attribute so that you can communicate back and forth between your GUI and Unity. Looks like that should be good. Press play and it should just pop up with Google, and since Google is not see-through, you can't really see your scene. So yeah, you basically set up Coherent already, but I'm going to go in depth in how to customize it a little bit and show you a simple example. You can find the documentation in Assets, Coherent UI, Doc, and then click the Coherent Unity Guide. Oh, popped up another tab. Okay. So now we can search for GUI, which is Co-UI, actually, they pronounce it. It's basically their file structure. Instead of using like file and, you know, links like that, GUI points to your UI folder. You can change it by going to like Assets. I know you can change it, but anyway, GUI normally points to UI resources where their samples are pointed at right now. So we're going to be creating our GUI inside this folder. Just name it, for this example, I'll name it Coherent UI HUD example. Just create that folder, and we'll create a new HTML document in here, text file, and we'll name it HUD.html. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna edit it in Notepad++. Okay, here it is. We set up the page /HTML, just like normal HTML, CSS, whatever stuff. So you have a head. You have a body, You have a title. HUD example. And then we'll just put whatever on that for now. And then on your main camera, on your Coherent UI view component, change this to GUI / whatever you named it here. I'll just get the name, and then /HUD.html. Hopefully that worked. Play. Hopefully we'll see whatever here. Go to the console. If you need the console, go to Window and Console right here. Let's see here. Requesting resource, internal ID report fail. I'm just gonna save the scene right now. Unplay it, save scene, and I'll just save it as level for right now. Save. Okay. All right. So I think the GUI actually points to your main Unity project folder, so you have to add the UI resources into it as well. Yeah, I add UI resources into that. And sometimes it's weird, you can't see the cursor in this box, at least I can't always. So I usually just like copy paste it, Control A and then Control C to copy it. And then make the URL good, so UI resources, then we go into GUI, co-UI, HUD example. So I just got rid of that. And copy that, Control A, Control V, and then it should be in there. Yep, now we have our ASDF, which we put in the HTML here under HUD to HTML. So now we know that we have the correct path on our page. Okay, so now we're just going to design a simple health bar. Div class equals health bar, like that, /div, and we'll add a container as well. Div class health bar container. And we'll just make some CSS for it right now. So make a new file. Body, just reset the margin and padding for ease of use. Okay, and then .health bar container with 200 pixels, height will be 40 pixels. Background, let's do 55555, like a gray color, and padding in the inside will be like 2 pixels. And then for .health bar, we'll do with 100% for now, so the green will fill the whole thing. Background color, red, green, blue, so 0, 0, and we'll do pure green. We'll do A, like that. Well, height 100%. Save this as like a CSS folder just for organization in case you have more than CSS files in the future. Whatever, all file types, and we'll name this HUD.css, main.css, sure. And then we gotta link that to our HUD HTML. So we call that main.css. So below here in the head, we go link rel equals style sheet href equals css / main.css. Okay, that should be working. Play. Yep, now we have a green bar with a gray box around it. Looking good. Okay, we probably want to position it, so we'll do position absolute. Bottom, like 100 pixels, We gotta get around the watermark they have in the evaluation version. And we do left 80 pixels. See how that looks. A little too far over. Okay. 15. I'll just go 20. That'll be close enough to what their watermark is for now. Okay, looking good. So your health bar is down in your lower left corner. You can maximize and play, see how it looks there. Should be the same. Okay. Alright, so make a new script. Create a folder here. Call it scripts in your project. And then create a C# script. I'm using C#. Call it HUD. Like that. Yeah, whatever, HUD. Okay. Double click it to open up Mono Develop. Now that's up, we're gonna need to get the Coherent UI view component. So we make a private variable for it, Coherent UI view, and m_view. And then the start, we need to get it. So m_view equals this.get component, and then we do Coherent UI view and do the 2 parentheses and semicolon. Save, run it, run without errors, so we're good. Alright, so now we gotta get jQuery, so just type in jQuery, download, and I'm gonna get 2.0.3. Alright, so right click, save as, go to our folder, UI tut, and go to your UI resources, UI HUD example. We'll make a JS folder, save. Okay, go back to our HUD HTML, and we'll include it below the CSS. Script type equals text / JavaScript, and source equals JS / whatever we have that as. I'll just copy names so I don't get it wrong. I Control Z to get it back. Okay, like that, and then /script. We'll make a JavaScript file as well. Save that as jQuery.bits.js. Include that as well. Below our jQuery include. Okay, and our jQuery bits file. Add $document .ready function, boom, like that. We need to include one more JS file, so go up to your UI resources and extract the archive resource file and grab coherent.js and paste it into your JS file like that. Include it in your HUD.html, add it below your other stuff, just copy, okay, and then coherent.js, like this, coherent.js, okay, save, and I'll just test out our jQuery right now. We'll do .health bar. Whoop. Health bar like that, and then we'll do CSS with comma 80%, like that. Okay, play it, and it should go to 80% if our JavaScript, yep, looks like it's good. I'm also going to show you the debugger right now. So go to your UI, CoUI tut, assets, Coherent UI, debugger windows, copy that, and extract it to not your project file or any other Unity project file area, because it has JavaScript in it and that'll try to compile and give you hundreds of errors. Yeah, so I'm just gonna put it on my desktop, I guess. Make a new file folder. CoUI debugger. Let's go to our platform name, Mac and Windows here, and just extract it here, like so, and then get your view, open up the executable. Okay, go. It won't pop up with anything because we're not running the game right now. Press play, and each view will pop up on this page. So now I can see this view HUD example is the same as we titled it in our HTML document. Open that up, and it's just like the Chrome inspector, whatever. Console, we have no errors, so that means our JavaScripts and stuff are getting included correctly. So that's looking good. We have our HTML here, and should be able to see everything being selected. I don't know why. And you can change everything here. So like width 50%. Not updating, why? Oh, there you go. So yeah, update it. We have to do run in background. Okay. So go to edit, project settings, and go to player. Go to run in background right here. Check mark it, and we should be good now. So press play, and we'll just press go again. Go back to here, and now we can see everything selected, just like a normal Chrome document when you're doing this thing. You can see all the documents, inspect them, look at their CSS properties. So we're going to change this to 50% again. Come on, 50%, and it automatically updates. We just had to change to run in background. All right, so that's good. Debugger comes in handy whenever you can't tell why something's not working or weird, exceptions and stuff. All right, so now that we got our HUD script up, we got to communicate back and forth between our GUI and our Unity. So say we want the health bar to update the actual health of our cube or something like that. In Unity, you would trigger an event like so. Let's say void update health. Over GUI, we pass in a float of the health and a float of the total health, so we can actually get a percentage from it. And then to trigger our event, well, I'll do it after I do the JavaScript so it makes more sense. Alright, so in our jQuery bits, we can get rid of this, and up above our document ready, we do make a new function in JavaScript. We call it update health bar, and like that. And we can do the same because we want to do something to the health bar after this function is called. So health bar like that, and we probably want to change the width of it using the two floats. So we'll do width again, and arguments 0 and divided by arguments 1. So basically the arguments are passed between with the 0, 1 notation arguments in JavaScript. So whatever you have in this order will come out looking like that. So then we do m_view dot view dot trigger event, and then we do our name of our function, which is update health bar, like that, and then we pass in our arguments health, total health, like that. We'll put this in front of it. Doesn't need it, but good practice. So now we can do that and update health. Can just change it to where 80, 100. So it should go to 80%. You might have a bit of weirdness. We'll add in percent. Well, just concatenate a percent sign and put parentheses around the division here. That should help and make it work. So now I'll just update the health where, okay, 3 arguments, no overload method for trigger event for 3 arguments. We need to include the binding using Coherent UI.binding, and we also need to add a listener in our JavaScript in our ready function. So we just add bind event, and then do engine dot on whatever the name of our event is. So we'll just call it event to make it easier to see what's going on here, like that. And then we want to call this function when that event is called and pass in this, like that. Alright, let's look at the JavaScript in this. Okay, it looks like we need to put coherent before our jQuery bits, so jQuery bits is below coherent, like that. Play. Okay, I just spent a while debugging this error right here, and it turns out I'm just calling it weirdly, like I'm calling it too fast on the update loop. So what we're going to do is add a private variable up here to call it every second. Private float time since health update goes 0, and then we do if it's greater than 1. So that means it's greater than 1 second. We do equals 0, reset it there, and then at the end of the loop we do plus equal time dot delta time, like so. Then you play, and it updates correctly. One thing we need to do is multiply this by 100. So I'm just gonna put parentheses on there because right now it's a decimal, like 0.8. So if we multiply by 100, it'll actually get a good percentage. Okay, so yep, every second it updates 80 divided by 100, but it doesn't change because we're not doing any random sort of stuff. We can do random by using Unity Engine, so we can do this, the Unity Engine dot random and then 0 to 100 like so, and then get this going. Whoa. Maybe convert that to a float, I don't know. Let's see here. Expression denotes a type where variable value or method group was expected. Oh, Unity Engine. Oh, random.range. Forgot that. So now it should be random health going across the thing. Alright, so that's how you call a function in Unity to overview. You set up your JavaScript on your GUI, just include it below your coherent call, and add your function of what you want to do with the information, and use arguments to get 0, your first argument, second argument, 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. And you want to bind the event on the document ready, so do engine.on, and then the name of the event that you're calling from your C#, like update event, update health bar event, and then you pass in the function you want to call in your JavaScript, and then you say this. Okay, so now we're going to work on calling a C# function in Unity using JavaScript. So it's an asynchronous kind of call on the GUI if you want it. Okay, and we're going to be using automatic binding, no manual binding, because that's just weird and who wants to do that? Okay, so what do we want to do? Say we wanted to, on this update health call, we want to get a descriptor of what kind of health we're at, but we don't want to get the value from here. Like we want all the logic to be in our C# code. Not a very functional example, but it'll show you how to work C# functions into your JavaScript. Okay, so we do engine.call, and I'll just name it function in Unity for now, and we'll pass it our current health. Current health, so argument 0 is our health, and why not pass it our total health as well, and then dot then function like that, and then we'll just console.log it right now. Argument 0, and this argument 0 will be different from this argument 0. If you need to use arguments in a previous call, just set up a variable like var asdf equals argument 0, and then you can use that argument inside here, because this engine call, the arguments will be reset to whatever you return to it. So yeah, now we go into Unity and make our function. You can just put it below here, public, we'll return a string, we'll call it get health descriptor, like that, and we'll need float health and total health again to calculate it, like that, and then we'll just do float health percentage equals health divided by total health. And then we'll just do times 100 just to make it easier to work with. Okay, so if health percentage is greater than, let's say, 50, we'll return doing good, else you should find some health. Okay, and now we need to add the binding, so make sure you have the using Coherent UI binding up there. Forgot a quotation mark. And now we're gonna do the whatever it's called. It's just automatic binding. I forget the actual term for what we're doing in C#, but coherent method. Where is it? Coherent method. And we'll just name it the same thing, pass in the string, like that. So get help descriptor, we'll change that in our code here, set a function in Unity, and then play, go, and since we're console logging, we're happy in the console on here, so doing good. You should find some health, because we're in low health, and then we're going to do good again. So that's how you call a C# function that you have in your Unity code and like interface it with your JavaScript. That's about all you need to know for working with Coherent. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe.